And surprise, surprise, we've had another mechanical failure. So I don't know what's happened yet, but our middle rear drive shaft had kind of exploded the uni joint again. I don't know what's happened. Basically, all I've been able to do is disconnect the drive shaft, which is at Ange's feet, which has disconnected the rear drive, and then I've put it into 6x6 mode, so now we're in front wheel drive. I'm in low range, basically limping in 4th gear low to a campsite 8k away. Hopefully we'll make it. Just turns out to be by far the coldest day we've had so far, and as you can see, it is a serious amount of snow falling, so less than ideal. But we'll just have to get to camp. I'll probably sleep today off and work out tomorrow what is going on. At the best case scenario, all I need is a new uni joint.
Wow, this is crazy, the snow. I've left France in 2014, so I haven't seen snow for more than 10 years. And it's like thick snow. We were saying we would have really enjoyed the snow today if obviously we didn't have this mechanical issue, but at least we made it to the campsite. We're safe. We've got access to water. We're gonna refill water now. Power. Oakley's gonna see snow for the first time, which is gonna be quite exciting. Fun times. Putting little gloves. Come on. Hop, fast, 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 fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 fingers. Yes. Oakley, it's snow. Walking in the snow. What about you? When was the last time you saw snow?
Oh, maybe New Zealand a really long time ago. Yeah, I think I went on a hiking trip with my mate Bryce. I think that was the last time I saw snow.
Crazy.
Yeah. I'm not a massive fan.
What do you think of this snow?
You love
Well, I guess this is like
this one, happy lad.
one that's gonna like probably melt tomorrow. Snow is nice in the mountains when you go skiing, and then after you come back and you've got warm drink.
Yeah, and you're kind of prepared for it, you know, like we're just not really prepared for it. That's okay.
So what is the rough plan?
So it's our middle rear drive shaft, right? I think the legend that is Luke in the Netherlands is going to a drive shaft shop for us tomorrow from a guy that he's used before. I think he's going to make us up a brand new drive shaft. I'll talk here while you look after him. Because the drive shaft I've just pulled off is toast. There's no fixing it, unfortunately. Very similar to the last one that I exploded. If I replace the uni joint, it's actually the knuckle that's still stuffed. So need a new drive shaft, but tomorrow I need to jack the rear of the car up with my limited tools, take all 4 wheels off, and just have a feel of everything, because I was getting some strange noises before. I need to figure out that everything's okay before just waiting, you know, half a week for a drive shaft for that not to be the main cause of the issue. So I am pretty concerned, but in order to get enough clearance on the jack, I think in order to get both diffs up, I'm going to need my 2 aluminium jack stands, which I bought just before we started the trip, and some blocks of wood or something to give me some extra height. But I'm not going to lie, this is pretty lame. It's not much of a campground. We're very lucky we're in a campground plugged into electricity, but I think poor old Oaks is going to go very, very stir crazy here. We wanted to show you guys the better parts of overlanding in Europe, but so far this is already another breakdown for us. So yeah, less than enthused with that. was the whole point of me spending 8 months in that workshop, was to stop stuff like this from happening, but nope. So I'll try and stay lighthearted, we all will, and we'll see how we get on.
Oh wow, we would have not been there with Bowser. 2.1, no we would. 2.7 meters. Gosh, that's impressive.
Wow, look at that.
We're on top of the city.
Welcome to the beautiful Belgium city of Dinant. Did I pronounce that pretty good?
I think so, Dinant, yeah.
Dinant. This is the church with the big onion dome, quite famous. And we are currently in the Dinant Citadel. Very cool city, really beautiful on the river, as you can see. Famously known for Adolf Sax, the inventor of the saxophone, invented and lived in this city. That's pretty cool. Now there have been some major battles here. I haven't learned about the history of the citadel yet, we just got here, but yeah, very cool fortification up on this hill. And there's actually, it's very foggy now, but I flew it over this morning, there's another ruin over yonder that way. The weather's kind of taken a turn, but still, yeah, very nice city. Driving through was very cool too, like tiny narrow streets. Oh, here we go in the kitchen. We've got the big boar. Yes. So very quite surprised to realize just how big of a hunting culture the Belgians have, and even in Luxembourg, the Luxembourgites. Yeah, a lot of hunting. Just those little towers, just everywhere. And I think, yeah, they're going for boar, pheasant, quail, deer, foxes, and yeah, I bet those boar taste bloody good. Soaking up your history, Oaks. Practicing your war march. They had solid moustaches back then, didn't they? I'm all for that. Don't know about you, mate. You're borderline inappropriate with that one. Oh, this is the star. Oh my gosh, I wish I could zoom the GoPro in. Look at that thing. Looks like he's stapled a cat to his face. Ledge. Well, that was really sad. So in 1914, obviously during World War I, the French were holding the citadel, and the Germans crossed the river and assaulted the city, defeated the French in the citadel, and then proceeded to massacre 674 civilians, including women and babies, and no one was brought to justice over it. So yeah, very sad. Some very disturbing sort of imagery and stuff in the top of the castle on an exhibition. Very well done, but man, yeah, pretty horrific actually. Yeah, no, definitely worth the visit though. It's really good.
So unfortunately, because we're coming off season, there's normally a cable car running down that you can see just right here, but it's shut today. It's only open on the weekend, so we're gonna have to go down with the stairs. So there are 408 stairs, quite slippery.
Easy.
But luckily Chris is really stable on his feet, and yeah, we'll explore the city of Dinant down there. It's challenging with a toddler and no pram.
I'm getting sweaty.
So we're having a bit of a fail moment. We always having dinner quite early with Oakley because obviously he's yeah, going to bed quite early, and all the restaurants are shut and they don't open before 6 p.m, which is probably very early for most people, but for us it's actually quite a late dinner. So see how we go. I can't believe it. Of all the countries, I miss filming the sign for France. Can you believe that? What a fail. Wow.
Where are we, Ange?
Look at us doing touristy thing in France. We are very close to my parents' place and we decided to stop at the Château de Chantilly for lunch. Not too much history talks from me. Chris is definitely the history nerd of the couple.
Oh, I see.
But yeah, that was built like in the 14th century, so it is very old and it's been like refurbished a few times. Lots of dukes and lots of important people. No really like any kings live here, but it's a really nice castle. So for you know what? We'll check it out.
Château de Chantilly. Pretty flash. Well, the last animal I expected to see in France would be some bloody wallabies, which they're calling kangaroos, which is pretty disgraceful. Look at these little cute little guys. And a peacock. Hello. Yep. Bunch of, they look like black wallabies.
Fortunately, Oakley is asleep, so the main reason we came all the way here to see them was to show Oakley, and he's asleep. Ah, look at them all, Oakley.
Old medieval village. Hello, Mrs. and Mrs. Gooses. What are they, Oaks? Duck. Duck.
Right.
And we are out of here. Little guy's awake. Now we head towards Ange's parents' house,
Yay.
which they're like 25k away from here. And we'll try and give Scotty a car wash before then, like a DIY. Car wash, get the mud off, and then tomorrow I might do some like fluid level checks on, you know, the portals, the gearbox, the diffs. So yeah, it'll be good if we can clean her off with some of that, get some of that mud off, and then we'll probably chill a few days. I need to validate a visa, and then we will continue our adventures south. Good morning guys, just a little update while I'm here editing this current video, because surprise surprise we're still stuck in this campground in the middle of France. The weather's pretty atrocious, we are bored. So it is Wednesday the 27th of November and we broke down last Thursday, so it's starting to drag. So long story short, the legend that is Luke in the Netherlands, we were at his place, he helped me with the CB boots and a bunch of stuff, absolute champion. He got us a brand spanking new beefy as drive shaft. That has been on the way for a few days now. Should have really arrived on Monday or at the latest yesterday, because we paid like €51 with DHL Express. Anyway, should arrive today, sometime between 8 AM and 6 PM. So that means I'm kind of stuck here at the campsite again, just waiting for a delivery van to arrive. So hopefully soon. So long story kind of short, I think the exact same thing that happened on our far rear drive shaft all those months ago has happened on this middle one. I can see no other changes in the driveline. Everything seems fine. Have done lots and lots of tests. Run it past quite a few people, and as far as we can tell, it seems the most likely problem that has happened. Yeah, the yoke itself has been a little bit out of round and a bit dented up from all of the abuse it's had over the years, hitting rocks and whatnot by the army. And I think when I've pushed in the new uni joints with the 5-ton press, I think it's put too much stress on the yoke itself, on the weakest part of the yoke. And I guess I got maybe a hairline fracture, or there already was one, and that is what's gone. So because the common denominator here is it's both new uni joints, so it was the new one on the rear, far rear, and it's the new one on the middle here as well. I've also got one new one on the front that I need to really keep a watchful eye on. This does not seem to be at all peculiar to the Volvo design at all. No one else seems to have had this trouble. So unfortunately it's just a bad round of luck for us, but hopefully, fingers crossed, by today we have it all resolved. Very reasonable price that we got the drive shaft for. In fact, Luke's going to start selling those, I think, on the forum, which is a good idea because as far as I'm aware it's a millimetre thicker and it has thicker, beefier uni joints, plus it's just brand spanking new. That is of course the drive shaft in the middle there that comes out of the transfer case and takes most of the load of the vehicle, so it needs to be the beefiest. Hi.
Brushing the teeth with a view.
Such a nice spot.
This is the nice river. Believe it or not, a week later after the breakdown, we're back on the road.
Yay!
Yay! And the sun is shining. Today it's going to be a beautiful day.
Good day to make some miles.
Yes. Destination, south of France.
Alrighty, so the drive shaft, of course, this bad boy here, has served us well. Installed it yesterday morning and we drove about 200 kilometers yesterday finally. Yes! And now we are heading on our way.
Oh, it's so good. Like we were talking about, that's probably actually one of our longest breakdown in terms of duration. We're stuck somewhere, but that was mostly due because the carrier was carrying the part to France. DHL, I think, lost our parcel, didn't deliver it on time, so that was a bit of a shame. We could have left much earlier, but we're so grateful that we were in a city that had not only groceries nearby and a bus. We went on a day trip to a city called Olight. It was nice to see a bit of the historic buildings, and it was like a nice outing, nice family outing. And as well, one of the highlights of the week, probably especially for Oakley, is there was like a little garden store nearby as well where our campsite was. And I spent multiple days going there. There were like animals, so yeah, that was pretty cool to like kill time basically for a week. So yeah, it could have been much worse, so we're grateful that we broke down where we broke down and Chris could limp the track basically there. So yeah, but now it's time to leave and make some miles. We made the spontaneous decision of stopping for lunch in one of the big cities in France called Limoges. Yeah, it's such a nice, beautiful day that we need to make the most of it, and you know, may as well check out all the beautiful churches along the way.
Check out another cathedral.
Gardens, let the little man roam around. And I'm really pleasantly surprised with this part of France. The northern part between Belgium and Paris is pretty boring, so we were a bit disappointed, but yeah, this part is much nicer, a lot more to see. Two, three, 4, 5, 6, 8, 10. Maybe reverse. This is crazy. Can you imagine driving here?
Fleck.
At least with Caddy, she's much
She
narrower.
would do it. It might just require a few 3-point turns.
Imagine the mog here.
No. No, I would rather not.
Goodbye, son.
Goodbye, son. Thank you. Nice to see you again today.
Not much room on this little road. Hopefully no upcoming traffic.
No tractors.
I found us a pretty good camping spot, hopefully by a river.
Yeah.
It's always a guess. You never know until really you get there and decide for yourself it's suitable. So far it's been pretty good. I'm very happy with the choices I've made, so hopefully this one will be a good one too. Another surrounded by nature spot on Park for Night, which is really good.
It's proving a great ad, isn't
Yeah.
it? Yeah, it saves us having to scout, which will take so long.
Yeah, at this stage it's not really what we are wanting. We just arrive at camp quite late, so we just want to have somewhere to sleep the night.
Quite
and
late.
Well,
It's
it
like
is quite
almost
late.
5 p.m.
Yeah, it is quite late for us.
We're not quite at Ronnie Dahl's stand.
No, we're not. Not at night. That's something we really want to avoid. But yeah, at least.
So how
we've got
far do we go
somewhere-
today? About 200k?
A bit more than 200, which seems to be like the sweet spot that we're driving at the moment. Straight in the water. Well, that's probably one of the nicest camp
I think it might be. This is beautiful. Like
by
a
the
escarpment there.
river called La Dordogne. Many
think,
memories
everybody?
as a child. A bit further away from here, my grandma was living in a city close to this river, so I fed many ducks. Yeah, beautiful spot. It's quite special actually to explore France. I haven't explored much of France actually, so yeah, really cool to be able to explore my own country, and can't wait to see more tomorrow. How is it following a toddler down some steep...
He's pulling me down. He's having a puppy.
Come on, Dada. Welcome to the town of Rocamadour in the southwest of France, in the region called l'Occitanie. And that was, yeah, like a last minute decision to come here on our way to Spain. I kind of checked out, and this is incredible. Like, but just check this out, like crazy.
So this is a medieval town, and this is a very famous monastery. So there we just went up 266 steps, and the pilgrims would crawl on their knees and pray at every step. Yeah, it's an amazing spot, and we've got a really beautiful day today. So a lot of the buildings kind of recess into the rock. Quite amazing. So it's like really damp and old smelling, and it's a really stunning spot. And the bonus is, he's doing a poo, sacred poo, up at the top where we're parked. Because it's low season, it's free parking, and you're allowed to camp overnight in the car park, which is pretty awesome. So it's really well geared up for people.
And you can do like a big loop walking around, even with the pram. It's actually quite manageable, but yeah, Oki did so well today. Like lots of walking, he's definitely getting better. So that's cool that we can take him on our adventures.
Doesn't quite go where you need him to go, but that's getting better. Doing very well.
Yeah.
Up the pilgrimage staircase. And if you have a look there, there's fossils all through these rocks. Like, amazing.
First shower on the road.
First shower on the road. Actually, kind of second shower.
But
Definitely
this
a nicer
one,
spot than the first one.
much more enjoyable.
Yeah.
We've got a little free camp here. It's nice and sunny.
Beautiful view. Oaks is chilling after a big day. Yeah,
Enjoy.
pretty cool.
I must admit, that's actually the part that I'm missing the most from Bowser is our indoor shower. The ability of having like a quick shower inside every day. I just loved it. But I think if we've got that kind of weather to have showers, it will be perfect. It's just when we've been in really cold, muddy grounds, it just doesn't appeal to have an outdoor shower, but we've got hot water, so we need to make the most of it. So yeah, really happy with my first proper outdoor shower experience in a beautiful France. What a beautiful evening. Good morning. We've got a nice sunny morning, so I thought I will show you a little bit the bedding situation up here before we leave camp. So we opened the 4 bonded top windows so that the tent can retract itself electronically every morning and make sure the bedding as well is nice and flat. We still have to tweak a few things with our diesel heater so that the heat can rise from downstairs up to the tent at night time. So up here we are using our normal IKEA duvet / Duna, and on top of it we are using the Nakie Puffy blanket. We've actually been using the Nakie Puffy blanket since we've arrived in Sweden. Perfect for the weather here, especially in winter. So if you're after a nice, warm, little, compact puffy blanket, definitely recommend the Nakie one. They're all made of recycled bottles. All the products are made of recycled bottles. So we're using the Hammock, the picnic blanket. We've got as well the scent-free towels that we're using in Scandi too, because they're so nice and compact. So definitely check out their website if you're after a Christmas gift. They often have some really good sales. Otherwise, I'll put our discount code in the description and down below so that you can get 10% off if you are buying any Nakie product. All right, let's go.
eat lunch. It's so nice when we can get them outside to eat rather than being in the truck 24/7. I have no idea what this village is called. It is stunning with this huge like rock cliff face behind us. So basically the area we're in, apparently there's tons and tons and tons of these little medieval villages. We can't see them all, especially because the weather's packing up in a day or two. So we're just seeing a few as we mosey on through, but really impressed with this area, how beautiful it is. And also, I must say, really, really impressed with how friendly and pleasant everyone is. Not just in this area, but the entire time we've been in France, to be honest. They've just been so friendly. I do think that Parisians, not all of them of course, but in general, maybe come across as the ones who get a bit of a bad rap in the media. But the majority of French people are lovely. We're happy to say hello, happy to talk about the truck and how cool it is. Yeah, so the Dutch and the French are the nicest people we have met so far in general in Europe.
Well, it's not every day that you can camp on the side of a beautiful river, cliff, medieval town. France is really turning it on, and I didn't realize how much there is a RV motorhome culture, and there's lots of places where you can camp, especially near little cities, which is amazing. You can have like day parking and as well night parking. So we're gonna stay tonight in a little city called
Dun, 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 dun. Saint-Cyr-la-Popie.
That sounds very cute. I think it's Saint-Cyr-la-Popie.
Saint-Cyr-la-Popie.
Yeah, pretty good. So yeah, we're gonna check it out, and it's probably gonna wrap up this episode because we've got a few other plans for France, but I think there's quite a lot in this episode already. So I can't believe we were broken down a few days ago and now we're just exploring France. That's changed dramatically the past few days.
And we also need to kind of come to grips with the fact that we're not going to be able to off-road in every single episode.
No, and that's
we don't
not what
want to be, we want to also be experiencing the culture and the history that Europe has to offer. So we'll still try and get some stuff off Skadi, but it's also going to be us exploring historical things.
Yeah, the drive
filming.
to come here, I mean, was just off the charts, and like it's just
amazing.
We're not used to it from Australia. It's just so different for us, so we're excited.
Yes, and we're not really doing it justice in terms of the filming yet.
Yeah,
we're just trying to kind of get into the swing of things. Mr. Chaos Man over here does make things tricky, but
as you can tell from my face, I'm liking sleep a lot right now.
We're starting to get into the groove a little bit more, and we'll be able to start doing more, nice filming and actually focusing on the travels as opposed to surviving on the road.
Yeah, so we're doing our best. So yeah, thanks you so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next episode.
Bye.